Folks, we are back. Last time, we unlocked the ability to class change, but we elected not to do it. And since then, I don't 100% remember all of my controls, but we'll see how this goes. No, I haven't tried out controller yet. I will do that for next time. Let me have a look at what my audio mixing looks like. It's not too terrible. However, the game does seem a little bit loud on my end. I'm gonna see if I can tweak that in the in-game options real quick. Okay, yeah, we can knock this down some. It's a little too quiet. That's better. Alright, now, this should no longer slam my eardrums off. Because it is a little bit not quiet, to say the least. And let's see what's going on with this guy. Oh, I already see where this is going. Hugo, I'm pretty sure she's like 12, probably. Mentally, I'm just sort of imagining that Hyuga sounds a little bit like the very early Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged version of Kaiba. Listen, in this case, I mean, the guy's kind of a scumbag, so it's understandable. Besides, it's not like she ever got her credit card back from the thugs earlier in the series, so... You know, what does she have to steal? I actually already got hooked up before in the first place. What do you got to say, buddy? Are they shady? Oh, it's that. Get wrecked, Hyuga. Go beat up some more of whatever the basic monsters are down there. Free mission permit. Yeah, we just did that earlier. Kitchen sink. You've just made me wonder something, because I haven't seen any running water fixtures of any kind around here. And I know that it's like, oh, it's science fiction, it's like that, but there's like no pipes or anything, and... You know, water, I guess, exists only in nature, except for... Like, see, even down there, we can get a little look at the lower levels, and that's like a vaguely water-looking photon structure. Ah, yes, the lightly homophobic bullying of the 2000s era. You know, perhaps I'm the one who over-responds to that sort of thing, but it's also like, you know, we're at a point, I guess, in history. Like, is there a good way for me to explain it? You know what I'm trying to say, right? That it's like, oh, the gay chicken thing is a little bit, you know, it's it's the future compared to even nowadays. Ethan, if you're not straight, it's fine. But you don't mess with the guy. Because it's fine if he isn't either. Anyway, we're gonna go make our way down to the planet. I don't remember if this is a repeated cutscene or what. I'm going to assume that we're getting just a little bit of, hey, here's our fake tube. Our sort of like the no-frame mass driver, basically. Well, I mean, again, if you're the instructor, making fun of your students isn't necessarily a good thing either, but that's a whole other story. We're going to be investigating this relic site here. A research team of archaeologists going in. Going into ancient ruins in a Phantasy Star game, that is just asking for trouble. Until recently, this recently is not literally just this time. This is a thing that has been... Like, this was actually stated in the last part of the game that we played last session, that these places have become dangerous now. Do you have any sort of... And they just went in with nobody to bodyguard them whatsoever? That seems like a bit of a questionable application of resources, if you ask me. Hooray! We got a card from somebody who's going to be a little bit more useful. Nothing to be done for now, so we're going to go over there and kill some time in a moment. But first, since it was suggested that there might be more stuff available on the shop down here, I'm going to take a look and I'm going to see if the Photon Art Disc for Spears happens to be available at this shop right now. Because it very well might be, considering we got one as a reward in the middle of last chapter. Otherwise, they're just going to make you hang... You know, they're just going to leave you hanging there. And that would suck.
Oh,
you might have something here. Yes. Yes, and it is very expensive. Oh, good God. 2,500 compared to anything else that we've picked up. And, oh, we can start picking up techniques now. That's neat. However, Dus Daggas is going to be probably a thing that carries us through the entire campaign, except for, like, the very end. Because the damage output on it is absolutely... Once it starts getting levels, it's really gross. I've been able to get away with going through some missions just spamming it through anything that gets in my way and just turning them all into paste. We're gonna have a good time with that. Alright, so all we have for that thing is an arm slot, right? And double check, yeah, so... It doesn't show the little icons, which means that it doesn't have those attachment slots. And you are not the guy I was trying to talk to. Wow, this is a little finicky. Anyone ever heard of hit detection or anything like that? Alright, so is this... That's slightly weaker than what we have. That's a very weird piece of equipment, then. I'm assuming that that has, like, a set bonus with something else. That's going to be my assumption. We can upgrade our handgun. We can upgrade our saber. Well, again, upgrade might be something that's in a bit of quotation marks here because, as you can see, this has a 16% ice-type attack, which means that I think it's going to be less effective against certain enemies, which means that we may end up, like, not having that as a bit of an all-purpose thing, which ultimately is probably fine. What I tend to do, again, if memory serves, is that I will carry weapons of all of these different elements, or weapons with abilities that fit those in order to be able to juggle through them and basically exploit any enemy weakness as necessary. So you've got... Alright, so we've only got fire, lightning, and ice as our available attack elements there. We basically are not aware of the other three at this juncture. That's alright. Let's go ahead and learn Plasma Hit. And remember to hit enter. Okay, Link Rising Strike. And we're going to link Plasma Hit there. We're losing a little bit of attack power and a little bit of accuracy from that, but that's okay. It's not a big problem. We'll be able to get that back up to speed sooner rather than later, especially if we actually use it. Which I suppose that's a pretty big if. But, I don't feel like selling any of this. I'm actually going to sell 4 of these star atomizers to get a little bit of cash back, because it looks like we just accrue those at an amazing speed. So we don't need too many of them in the long run. You're actually on our attack palette already, right? We're going to make that our first move. Again, so that way I don't have to remember to shuffle through things very often. I'm probably still going to forget to play competently, but at this point, we should all expect as much from me. Alright, so what's up? I guess let's just go in for this. Just to do things a simple way. Oh, okay. Yes, this is a very simple mission, but the time limit on being able to kill everything in this area is very strict. This is something, do not expect me to be able to get an S rank out of this. Possibly even at all, really. We're not having a great showing against flying enemies, that's for sure, but dealing with these is a pain in the butt anyway. And to give you an idea as to how tight the time restriction is for S rank for this, I believe we're over half done with our time allotment here. So, yeah, this will absolutely not be happening. But why not do a quick run through of it for the cash and or items anyway. Yeah, like at this point, I'm pretty sure that we've run out of time by like 15 seconds. It's something like 1:50, I think. And if you want to do that, well, you really want extra gear. Now, this is a place and a time where the spear is not a super great option where you're surrounded. However, if you're in a position where enemies just line up for you very easily, which is shockingly common, yeah, this thing absolutely wrecks. I can't believe they just give this to us for free as early on in the game as they did. Absolutely insane. Especially because, quite frankly, the Phantasy Star games, especially in the online era, are absolutely terrible about giving you access to any of the cool shit for a good long time. So, back before I chose to play this game, thanks to a Twitter poll that I conducted on Twitter, obviously, I was considering between this and Phantasy Star Online. And I was going to very likely start in PSO on hard mode after clearing through the game with that character on normal mode in my own time, because otherwise we would be spending large swaths of areas and, as a result, multiple sessions literally just picking up the junk pistols and the junk staffs and the junk sabers that have nothing notable about them, pretty much to a 1. And there are some weapon types that we would probably not be able to see at all. In fact, yeah, like not counting the handful of weapon types that are exclusive to rare weaponry, there would absolutely be a couple of weapon types that the odds of us ever actually saw would probably... There would probably be a few types of weapons that we would never see, basically, is what I want to say in English. But again, words, me not getting along super well, as you've probably noticed in the first place. The last time I streamed, before the last PSU stream a couple of days ago, which I think is like 3 days, maybe? I haven't accidentally kept my schedule, I'll say that. The last time I streamed was on New Year's Eve, when I streamed through most of Sonic Adventure 2 story mode in like one sitting. And I had said that I was going to take a little bit of time to get some video stuff together and, you know, set up a new schedule for the coming year. Yeah, it's been a while, and I decided that I wanted to change things up. I know a lot of people in Australia and generally in the... and a couple of people in other Oceania type of areas that, you know, I wanted to give them more of a chance to be able to actually see any of my shit. So I decided to do a late night stream schedule. But yeah, I also was trying to I wanted to take a little bit of time to confirm that schedule. I was going to do some new graphics and stuff with my stream and everything, which I didn't get to doing. And to shore up some things for videos. That didn't go over quite as well as I wanted it to. And of course, I got sick. So that wasn't such a great time for anyone involved, especially not me. Boyfriend lives in Australia. Neat! So you're probably keeping an unusual schedule yourself. Well, unusual for the English-speaking world. Oh, look at this. Look at this fella. Look at this amazing bowl cut that he's got with a dye job on just that part. And meanwhile, he's got the super short hair behind. It kind of looks like if I was wearing like a toilet plunger after I got a buzz cut, which I used to get buzz cuts a lot, but I've got very long shaggy hair now. Yeah. Anime hair is a thing of wonder, and I don't know if beauty is the right word here, but woo boy, that is quite a thing. Wants to plunge into the mission a little bit, eh? We're going to unclog these ruins, that's for sure. I tend to miss a lot of messages on Discord now that you know, thinking about that. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I just figure I guess it helps because I don't know, it seems like you're up pretty late a lot of the time. I suppose I don't truly know for sure, but time zones. Time zones are fake. I mean, in the sense of like somebody created them, that's kind of true too. This guy telling me not to be a fool. Do you know who you're talking to, my friend? Ethan, don't think about it. I have seen the dragon in that preview of this chapter, so... Alright, so we need both of our new friends here. And by new friends, I mean old friends. And by friends, I mean... well... I mean, Karen's pretty alright. He's also, once again, 3 levels above us. Dang. Also just walking around in the middle of town. Yep. Nothing really big to say. Quest 64 tracker was made. Neat. Well, that's a pretty good thing. I almost was like, is that a thing with a randomizer? I played the randomizer on this stream! Oh boy. I am not always the most attentive individual, but yeah, anything where there's randomizers, I would be, you know, anything where there's a randomizer, I'm glad that anyone's making trackers for that stuff. Did I play it before Lost Keys was an option? I don't remember. I can go back and look at some point to see what the date on that was. If I recall correctly, it was sometime during the fall, so... If that tells you anything useful. Actually, even that now, I'm not 100% sure. It was less than a year ago, that's for sure. I played it in 2021. Do you think he'll be cool if we keep him on ice? Sure. Wait. That sounds a little worse. Yeah, Ethan is a loud individual like any shonen protagonist, so of course. Ethan, don't be a dick. Oh wait, I almost forgot who we were talking about. Ooh, well, I don't believe that's a thing that I did, but it's something that I did is just sort of explore the basics of it, and it was pretty interesting. I've always kind of been of the opinion that although the system could be really... The system was really cool, rather, but the implementation could be very rough. Anyway, nothing to do here but go into the bushes. As you do. Individually. What kind of weapon do you think I'm holding here, buddy? Actually, he's got the blue sword. He's probably going to be pretty good here because he's also got an ice element weapon. And these dudes are fire type, so Hyuga might actually be, like, useful in this area. Ish. Well, I guess the same was true of the last location, wasn't it? It's on the same planet. The version 1.5. I don't... 1.5. 4.5. There was a 0.5 in there somewhere, and I suppose 4.5 is 3 times 1.5. Listen, the 15 and 45 are very specifically linked in my brain for that reason. I'm making excuses for the fact that I said something very silly at a very quiet tone that almost nobody could hear anyway. But yeah, I don't remember offhand what version it was when I played with Miro. That, I'll look into it again at some point, probably. Judging by the orange glow on our Dr. Friend's gun here, which, by the way, he's 3 levels below us, I'm assuming that Friendo has fire elemental shots loaded. Likely 30-something. Gotcha. It might say in the description for the playthrough, but I'd have to actually go look at it. Celestial N, or Celestialn. I am aware of Clementine. I may give that a run-through, a play with at some point. I have the installer on my hard drive, I believe. Because originally... Well, I mean, I did specifically want to play through the story mode of this again. And that was one of the options that I was looking at because I was like, I don't want to play the PS2 version. I can, but I'd rather be able to actually hear all the audio and stuff in, properly real time, basically. Let's just say I really wanted to play it on PC specifically, and Yeah. My installing it from the disc that I owned from way back when didn't go over so well, and so I tried installing it through the Clementine installer, but that appears to only be for online mode, unless there's something that I missed. This ended up being a bit of an adventure to install, basically, but yes, that's a roundabout way of me saying, yes, it is. I'll try it out someday, probably, because admittedly, I do enjoy playing this game, even if my feelings about the story are going to be pretty mixed. And yes, Irene, you did tell me at some point or another about the card game. I don't remember when you told me, but you definitely told me. It was absolutely a thing that was mentioned. Which, you know, that's cool. I enjoy card games. Been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel lately. I may stream that on an off day at some point, but also, like, I really don't like playing against the Elblitch deck, which seems to be the big in thing right now. So I don't know how much fun that'll be for, like, most of the audience, right? Because how many times can people put up with me being like, man, seeing this same deck over and over sucks. I just want to play, like, Gravekeepers or Cleaforts or something. Actually, right now, Cleafort is what I have built. And when it works, it shuts people the fuck down. Unfortunately, I've also had a surprising amount of hands with Cleafort just absolutely brick. That deck is pretty much draw 5 monsters and make sure one of them is Scout, otherwise you're gonna have a bad day. And I don't want to have a bad day. Oh, the new TCG list sucks. Oh. I do already know that Master Duel, since Master Duel is using the OCG ban list, there's definitely some ways in which Master Duel is absolutely, well, hilarious, really, but also that hilariousness does come with the level of shit carnival style of hilarious, because it's the most infamous difference between OCG and TCG for a lot of people, I feel, is the fact that in OCG, Max C is not restricted at all. Meanwhile, in TCG, Max C is a 1-of at most. Imperial Order got rebanned. Ew. Imperial Order... Jeez, oh man. Imperial Order is a card that can be a real rat bastard to deal with, but I think that in a lot of ways, it's one of those cards that is very important to the health of the format as a 1-of. Like, shut down all spell cards is not something that should be 3 in the deck, but having something like that is... There is a point past which I think you do need to have a few things that are centralizing to the format in certain ways, because they change how people build decks. Because Imperial Order flips, Necro Valley is just done. You lose as soon as that comes up, even though otherwise the deck is a pretty good control thing. And it's like, it produces sort of back and forth things like that. There are absolutely some cards that are just, like, sick, nasty, busted that absolutely should not be allowed in the format. Like, again, Cleafort Scout, back when pendulums were much more ridiculous than they are now, I would feel quite fine going, well, if they said Cleafort Scout was banned, well, Okay, maybe not, because if Cleefort Scout gets banned, the deck is gone. You cannot play that deck basically at all without Cleefort Scout unless you get just disgustingly lucky, because the free tutor is so huge, but it's absolutely something that should have been restricted to 1 back when Pendulum Summoning was just a free-for-all. But also, then again, now that Pendulum Summoning is not quite as disgusting as it used to be, having Cleefort be a 3 deck, a 3 in the deck, that's fine. Mystic Mine is a card that I actually don't remember what all Mystic Mine does. I remember that it does some pretty goofy shit, though. Chicken Game is still banned in TCG, right? Because I'm pretty sure that Chicken Game is allowed to be a... I'm pretty sure Chicken Game is like a 2 to 3 in OCG. I certainly, during the period when I would see decks that were like vaguely interesting and not either random junk or Eldritch, I saw a lot of people who were using they were using Chicken Game for Exodia. And so you'd get them be like, they play Royal Magical Library and they play Chicken Game, and they draw the 1 card off a Chicken Game and they ditch it for some other field spell that banishes 1 field from the graveyard in order for it to copy that field's abilities for like a turn or something. I don't remember the full text of it. And they do that, and they would copy Chicken Game to pay 1,000, draw a card. Pseudo Space. That's what it is, yeah. Yeah, so you would see that deck, and I thought that was the absolute funniest shit. I actually, genuinely, if I go up against an Exodia deck, I actually find it, like, really funny when I get Exodia'd. Even though it's like, oh, hey, I just lost the game with, you know, GG no re, but on the other hand, it's somebody who was absolutely just cycled through their entire deck to get to where they wanted, and it's just like, that is comedy gold. I find it genuinely very funny, that's all. And so yeah, meanwhile, Eldritch is just not fun to play against. It's not fun, it's an uninteractive deck a lot of the time, and making its overall reception a much worse thing for me is the fact that it feels like a lot of people playing Eldritch take so long to do the basic actions of the deck that are things like people... Not even like, oh, hey, I have a lot of choices, I'm playing a deck full of tutors, you know, if somebody's playing, like, Gladiator Beast, or Tri-Brigade, or something that has a lot of mechanical moving parts to it, that their turn counter should drop down to 360 at the absolute highest, just to go through turn 2 or something. But it's people doing the basics of the deck that they should know how to do from having built it. Like, it feels like I'm playing against people who have just net decked Eldritch and don't know how it operates, basically. And this isn't, not for nothing. It's not me being like, oh, hey, how dare you use net decking? I'm not here to necessarily complain about net decking. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game that is, to me, there's a little bit too much to, not do it for me. At least, then again, I'm just sort of getting back into it, and there's just so much shit that I don't know, because, again, the last time I played the game was basically just around when Xyz monsters were coming in, and I played Monarchs and Jurax around that time at various points. And so that's a very, very large amount of time, basically. But I did, sort of look at things off and on, and, that's how I knew about Cleaforts and immediately gravitated to that as the sick, nasty deck of yesteryear. Of yesteryear at this point, really. But there is just so much in the game that, I think that I can't really be too upset about the concept of net decking, because you gotta learn all the stuff somehow, and if you go and you look up some cool sounding decks and you put together a build from that, well, that's a way to do it, isn't it? But I feel like if you do that, you, at the very least, need to learn how to play the damn thing before you subject people to it. I mean, Master Duel is not the best teacher when it comes to all of those, single-player campaigns, but there's a lot of them, and it's a lot of different decks that you can play against, so you can, at the very least, learn something that is freeform reasonably well. You're not going to do a lot better than... Basically, if it's something that you're teaching yourself, you're not going to do a whole lot worse than the actual game, is one way to put it. Where'd you go? Oh, he ran. Didn't follow me very well, I see. Raigeki to 3. Wow, that's pretty big, by the way. I didn't think about that for a moment, but that's also just because a lot of the mechanics around a lot of those things are very changed. Honestly, I think that a lot of the old generic staples maybe should come back, because it feels like at least a fair chunk of them have their own version of if I can just use my words, would be really cool. I just went backwards, didn't I? Yes, I went backwards. It's because I'm multi-focusing here. Basically because a lot of the archetypes already have their own versions of a lot of that stuff, that maybe it's okay for some of that stuff to be legal. Or that there should be testing to that regard. Like, Konami in the US should, or Konami in Japan even, should look at a couple of those cards, and gather together a group of 32 playtesters and grab the biggest decks at Worlds or whatever from the last time it was, and do some candidate testing with some of that stuff. And among a lot of other things, like, it is very weird that Feather Duster is legal, but Heavy Storm is not. That's an example right there. And I know that there are times when you pointedly want to do Heavy Storm over Feather Duster to remove some of your own shit, but also, I don't know that it's going to be that... I don't think that it, like, brutalizes the game's meta that much to permit Really, Kleese killed Heavy Storm. That fair enough. Like, there's absolutely places where that deck would be, Well, yes, but in theory, you can do that already with Feather Duster. What would you need? Like, what is holding you back out of your own stuff that you want removed with Heavy Storm? Is the thing. I guess it kind of depends on the build a little bit, because I'm like, wait a sec. Well, okay, I suppose that's a thing if you're summoning stuff that's not Cleaforts. If you're... I actually don't do that. I have a fairly stacked extra deck in mine, like, what's it, 12? And I think the only reason that I don't have a full set is because the deck list that I looked up wanted Beyond the Pendulum for it, and that's not in Master Duel yet. So that's why I have 12 instead of 15. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, if you have to, if lose one turn is a concern, yeah, that would do it. Skill Drain. Does Skill Drain actually hold you back that much with it? I would think that Skill Drain would be an asset. Then again, if Skill Drain goes after you've already spammed everything out and they are 26, they're 24 or 28, then they don't, basically, if you Pendulum Summon a whole handful of, like, Cleafort Shells and the others, then Vanity's Emptiness. Yeah, Vanity's Emptiness could cause some significant issues for you. Basically, because I'm looking at this like, wait a sec, because oh, I'm not close enough to shoot this dragon. This Dagron. Yeah, I'm still a little bit caught up on this issue in particular regarding Skill Drain and Cleaforts, is that if you Pendulum Summon a bunch of Cleaforts onto your Skill Drain-based field, so they're all... they're no longer 1800s from their own effects, and you remove Skill Drain, they don't get debuffed back to 1800, right? So that would cause... that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, so they stay at 28 or 24 if they're the lower level. Gotcha. So yeah, that is pretty big. That's entirely fair. I also thought Towers was just immune to skill drain, which, again, I haven't really had that come up, so... Yeah, and Towers getting its effect back, well... Okay, actually, Towers getting its effect back is would not be super useful, because you would basically lose 2,000 total attack across your board. Everything would be down to 1,900/2,300, depending on what their power was when they dropped. So that's not super great. Yeah, you can tell that these are scenarios that I haven't really been in too much. Because usually what I end up doing with the deck is I try to just drop Towers turn 1. The same stats. It only affects the opponent. I could swear that I've had Towers fuck up my own stuff, but... It also could be an oversight or an effect caused by differing translations between TCG and OCG or whatever. Anyway. There we go. That dragon could definitely take a beating because we are not super high leveled. I think they probably expect you to, like, level grind a little bit more. Yeah, exactly. And Towers is never going to be special summoned because, you know, mechanics. Right. Yeah, so my typical strategy with the deck is usually turn 1, summon Towers, if possible. Turn 2... basically sit back and watch as the enemy realizes they don't really have much in the way of an out. Because they need something that can get over it. Yeah, we got absolutely 0 points because we sucked at fighting that dragon. Funny. So yeah, usually the hope is just drop Towers, remove something from their hand if possible, and wait as they don't really have options because it basically blocks every single effect, and they don't have a lot of link-based options that would affect it, which I'm pretty sure is indeed the case, that link monsters can affect it because it's rank and level that it cares about. Obviously because link rating didn't exist back then, so if it checked for link rating, that'd be messed up. So basically you end up with them sitting there like, wait, what do I have that can deal with this or is going to be more than 3,500 after it gets special summoned? Because the odds of them getting out something like that without special summoning are fairly low. Well, yeah, I mean, again, as I say, fairly low in in fairly big air quotes. I had somebody. I actually ran up against somebody who was playing a Winged Dragon of Ra deck against me, and my Clearfort Towers got on turn 1 by Winged Dragon of Ra. However, I did manage to get out Clearfort Genius the next turn, which is the Clearfort Link monster. And I found out that can actually... you use its effect, which negates one card you control and one card the opponent controls. You use that, it actually does remove Winged Dragon of Ra's stats. I did not expect that, and I just kind of laughed because I'm like, oh, well. That just happened. Now, we don't know who you are, Bruce. Oh, I see. He's the all-bed merchant from 10. Sort of. Let's take a look at what old Bruce has for us. What can he sell us? You have some pretty basic gear. We've already got all this stuff, except for the staff. But we don't have any of the tech abilities, so... getting a staff and doing that is probably not such a great idea. It would be pretty useless to us right now. Yeah, Winged Dragon of Ra. I would not play Winged Dragon of Ra as a deck. Yeah, that's true. Kaiju monsters kind of make anyone cry a little bit, though. They seem to be a little bit on the sick side. There's a lot of archetypes, actually, that are really incredibly nasty. The danger archetype is one that I'm like, this is real? It still always kind of throws me off seeing that shit pop up, because that's not great. Mask of Restrict, that's one I haven't really considered, but I might put that into the list for, as into the rotation at some point. Basically, there's no extra deck in right now in Master Duel, even though there's like options for it eventually, but everything is best of one right now, basically. Ah, yes, here we are. This is our first relic site. Looks like NGA 2099, you know what I'm saying? God, I haven't played Eternal Darkness in a long fucking time. I need to see if I can haul that CRT out of my basement. Yeah, side deck. Did I say extra deck? I said extra deck. I meant side deck. You know what I'm talking about, the sideboard thing. It's... there appears to be a space to put things for that, I think? Question mark? But, again, I would assume that any case where, like, anything that would not be best of one would be, like, tournament-based for event duels or anything. Maybe it is just the banished hole. I mean, whatever. I'd have to go look at the deck editor again. It's a deck editor thing, not a... Anyway, Yeah, this is the part where jargon is being defined. Pardon me, I've been scrolling past this a little bit. Yeah. As I say, there's still this event duel thing that's still remaining a little bit mysterious. I would assume that if there's going to be any sense of, like, special events for it, maybe then it might crop up, question mark. But it's something that will be dealt with in a much later date and for specialty uses only. Although, again, we'll have to see what the deal is at some point. But yeah, I don't remember what trap you're thinking of, but there's also Clife's End, which is a trap monster that can be used as 3 tributes. So that's another pretty neat one. I also was running Gravekeepers for a bit, which I may end up setting back up, but it's... I ended up having to trade in a couple of the cards to build Cleaforts at the time, but it was a very good deck that was very easily disrupted. Let's open these crates real quick. Ooh, we got something pretty interesting there. We got an item board, which is something that is used to allow us to synthesize the item. It's like basically a recipe. That's it! I've come up with a brand new recipe, etc. I've not played Final Fantasy 15, but I have seen like half of it maybe. I actually want to go in here. I forgot that these are a thing. Photon Charge. This, we're going to put this on our palette because those are going to be very helpful. Also, I guess I can go look at the board real quick. Yeah, see, it's over here. We need Ether Acid and Sweet Berry, but we don't... I don't know where we have either of those or where we get them, so... Take out our big pointy thing and let's go in a deeper... And again, like, not even having, you know, not even having a ton of memory of this place, the fact that this looks like, you know, the fact that this looks like PSO 1 Ruins 1 area is kind of setting off alarm bells. We should not be here. And yeah, speaking of, thinking more about Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Speaking of Gravekeepers, because I mentioned that that is one that I was running for a bit and will probably go back to. It sort of filters into something I was saying before about, you know, staple allowances. Because... obviously, Gravekeepers is mostly going to be running Necro Valley for its field spell. And of course, Gravekeepers have Gravekeeper's Commandant as just a free search for Necro Valley, which basically, you know, that's still 3 of. Meanwhile, you're only allowed 1 of the of terraforming, pardon me. Which, to be fair, do you want people having, like, Mystic Mine or Chicken Game or any of the other really irritating field spells at slots 4 through 6? Metaverse, I think, is blocked to 1 as well, but that's a little different. So that would be a case where I feel like it would, you know, it is a little bit different because those cards are not banned. Meanwhile, there's definitely at least a couple of cases where some of that shit is... Like, if something says you can't special summon monsters except for inside of your archetype or the monster types or anything, that's barely even a restriction. Unless the archetype is that bad, I guess. You know, enjoy being able to only summon sheep tokens for... sheep tokens? Yeah, for like, Scapegoat and stuff like that until the end of the turn. That would not be so great. That does not have support. Pull this out again. This is going to excel in a position like this with these very thin corridors. Yeah, oh, we have to go the other way, don't we? How much of the other way do we have to go? It looks like there isn't anything else in the other side of the map. I was worried that I missed something there, but it looks like we just go left. Yeah, like, I don't think that there's a lot of instances of you can only special summon such and such a type of monster until the end of turn that are on, like, really bad archetypes right now. At least every time that I've seen that come up so far in Master Duel, both playing through any of the single-player stuff and even just, you know, looking at other cards that people have, it has not looked like a thing that is a real problem. Also, yeah, our skill on the spear has grown to level 6. Dus Daggas is really coming along. A thing that I did not remember and noticed earlier when we were using the saber, because Rising Strike is super high level, I forgot that you can, like, combo with your photon art if it's high enough level. Yeah, see, I've considered, like, looking into, like, card design stuff for that. I enjoy, like, messing around with card game rule sets and seeing what I can do with stuff like that. I had a project going for a while of rebuilding a lot of the old Magic sets to be a little bit more modern in terms of design. I haven't poked at that in, like, over a year or anything, though, so that's kind of sitting on the back burner for now, but I may come back to it, you know, at some point. Hey, neat. Level 12. Honestly, +2 accuracy for level 12 as a hunter. If this were PSO, that would be absolutely buck wild, but again, I gotta stop thinking about that. That's something we will absolutely do that at some point, but probably not right after this. I don't know what I will play after this game yet. It's gonna be a while. I remember this being not short. One of our party members gained a level. Yay! Nice. Well, I guess also if it's a normal monster, which if it has flavor text, it immediately makes me think that it probably is. There's normal monster support, but by themselves they don't have a ton going on. As a general rule. Yeah, because he has a lot of... Well... right, hard mod, yeah. He has a lot of HP anyway, right? Like, he just takes a while to take down. Is he non-elemental or something like that? Like, he doesn't really have weaknesses to exploit. If I recall correctly, other than, you know, doing stuff with the battlefield. But that's not the same. Oh, hey, I played with the game's mechanics. What a cool exploit, right? Right. Uh-huh. Can't wait to tell the speedrunning community about this. Non-elemental, yeah, in 64 versions. That's what I thought. Fire in the Game Boy remake. Huh. Interesting. I guess he's got a little bit of that look, but... Did not know that. How weird. Yeah, we're switching over to our handgun here to deal with these dudes because they are hopping around a little bit A little bit much for my use here. Of course. We got two of the big boys here. That's fine. We'll be able to deal with this just fine, I'm sure. I think these guys have multiple hit. Yeah, these things have multiple hitboxes. So, again, another instance where the spear is pointedly like the best weapon type to use against them. The game is just funneling us straight into this. It's like, oh, by the way, do this thing. It's going to turn out to be super powerful later on. Also, we are absolutely pushing up against it health-wise. I went a little bit... went in pretty hard there, basically. Oh, wow, it dropped a whole gun. Amazing. I see a healing spot down there. That spells trouble. There is nothing else for me to worry about right now. That little thin passage that looked like it didn't go anywhere, that had to have been from the previous map. Alright, let's sit here for a second and let everyone else heal up. Again, we ain't speedrunning, so... Oh, does the doctor not heal? Is that your thing, buddy? Is that you're just not gonna heal? Oh no, he's just too far away from the healing beacon, I guess. Well, that's good. That's as much as you need sometimes. Is to have fun. Mammoth Tears is funny. Mammoth Tears is funny to me specifically because I think of the fact that it, like, other than obviously what it's supposed to sound like, it makes me think specifically of the term mammoteer, which is used in 14 to refer to somebody who does work with little automatons, which are called mammoths in the universe of FF14, because they use a lot more old-timey terminology for that stuff. So, these guys are little robot puppet things.
Statilia da. Statilia? 詳しくはわからないが、レリクスの守り神のようなものだ。
Oh god, these things really do look like a statue found in Enga, I think. I was joking earlier.
現代の技術より劣っているとなぜ決めつける？え、違うのか？レリクスを調べれば、今の文明よりもずっと進んでいたことがわかる。
Well, how do we keep losing this shit, you know?
そんな高度な技術を持っていた文明がなぜ滅んでしまったのかということだ。
Uh-oh. Incoming mole mantis. Wow, Ethan, I'm surprised you didn't shave his hairpiece off. Because Gyarados is also not a dragon, right? So he can look more like Sora. This is the way we just were, wasn't it? Oops. Let me turn back around. Oh, sea serpent. Right. Gotcha. Yeah, you say it looks like Sora. I guess Ethan does have a little bit of that look. Like, all these shonen protagonists of a certain era have a little bit of that too much spiky hair going on. I'm sure the Doctor isn't crapping himself from having a lightsaber get that close to him. At least... I don't know, but... You know, Ethan would be used to it anyway. Based upon Nidhogg and the dragon from the Book of Revelations. Right, yeah. That makes sense. I wasn't 100% sure what the deal with Pinhead was, other than the fact that, well, it's a big snake dragonish thing, and not unlike a certain other Pinhead, it definitely deals in pain quite a bit. So, forward? Other way, then. Okay, that way is definitely a boss arena. We're going the other way. Alright. Oh. You want me to go back, buddy? Yeah, this whole way is restricted, so I guess we're going back. I was hoping this would be like an item storage or something. They do share sprites in the Game Boy games. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, fair enough, they share similar sprites in the Game Boy games. They're very close designs. And in that day and age, especially, sprite sharing, woo, you did that all the time, man. You stuck that in where, you know, you'd share sprites on things for stuff where it only just made sense if you really needed to squeeze that storage space in. Well, I mean, this whole area is kind of weird just by itself, but okay, whatever, Hugo. You just have to keep acting like you're too fucking cool for people. Yeah, exactly. And, like, in some cases, too, you could just be like, hey, we just did the suit of armor as a sprite, and it's an overlay, and then you don't need as many frames. It can be smaller. You just have a tiny bit of code if it's already like that. Oh ye gods. It is an Iridium weapon mecha. Holy shit. Alright, well, I guess it's boss time. It's Phantasy here. Level 8 on our ability. I am going to try being a little bit smarter here. He does Zalure with his attacks, which is the defense down spell of the series. That is pretty gross. Alright, that sword wave can stun us. That's not nice. This guy sucks. Like, what a jerk. Alright, get behind and not have such a great time. That attack does like 40 damage. Oh no, it's not even that bad, apparently. Whatever. I can take another hit before I have to heal. Yeah, that's... They do have a lot of shared animations, and... Like, I didn't want to be like, well, if they share bones or anything, because I'm not super smart about that sort of level to the animation. But also the concept of it being like, hey, Jiggle Bones seems a little bit strong for that era, but I am by no means an expert when it comes to video game animation technology in particular. Hey, A rank, not bad. Get a grand, get 30 mission points. Mission points, by the way, because I didn't explain it, that's this bar which defines our class level. So it's also a mechanic I forgot about entirely. Excuse me. But yes, I did remember that a lot of the enemies in Quest 64 had like the same animations going on, basically, for a couple of them. But I mean, it could have just been that it's like, oh, it's easy enough to do that, and you don't need much more on the 64. Hey, it's a robot skull, apparently. No, it's more of a... More of like an energy core or something, I guess. Oh, but apparently it's not making this man happy. I mean, it's got some weird, dark energy in the middle. What the Okay, so...
これがここにあるということは、レリクスでエフォトンが使われていたということを証明しているんだ。そんな。
博士、あなたは考古学が専門だったのでは？なぜそんなにエフォトンに詳しいんです？
君たちには。
Oh, I think that's a far too loaded question for this moment right now, but it turns out he's actually Science Man.
私はある組織から追われている。本当の名はウォーレン・ダレン、エフォトンの研究者だ。20年前、あるところから研究素材としてこれとそっくりなものが持ち込まれ。
His name is Warren. What a name.
私はエフォトンの開発に成功した。これが未来のエネルギーだと思い込んでいたんだ。しかし、エフォトンは未来のエネルギーなどではなかった。大昔からすでにあったエネルギーだったんだ。
Well, I mean, if they were more technologically advanced than us, it's probably okay.
エフォトンを持つレリクスの文明は滅亡した。我々の世界もすでに滅亡に向かって進み始めようとしているんだ。
How do you figure? You have no proof that that is what caused the downfall of this ancient civilization, my dude.
イーさん、博士を連れて先に逃げろ。ここは私とヒューガが食い止める。
了解。博士、行きましょう。
Like, that is a big leap of logic. Also, no heal for the guy? Well, fucking rude. He's dead. Can we just leave if we want to? I probably shouldn't because, like, there's EXP and then there are hills, but I'll deal with only the Golmoros because there is no way I'm gonna have a good time fighting the Sphaltas. This is gonna suck, and I'm stunned. Alright, unstun, please. Yeah, don't worry. We're ignoring the big dude until we have to fight it, so don't worry, Doc. We're going this way. And it looks like we're probably safe We're in A1, so where are we compared to... Oh, right, our map is go... Oh, boy. I see the... Uh-oh.
Yoshi, いける。さ、行きましょう、博士。よっ。
Ethan? You could have died, you idiot. Because apparently that's a bottomless pit. What do you think this is? Final Fantasy? This isn't going to be a series where everybody can just do crazy sick jumps. Although I guess not being able to do crazy sick jumps for drama reasons is definitely a Final Fantasy thing. Thinks back to FF9. What the?
リアクターが諦めましょう。
Save mid-air, which means you have a file where you're guaranteed to die. Wow. Wait a second. What determines how stable or not these things are, anyway? What the F? Definitely, this is not going to be the first time I look at this plot and go, you're fucking kidding me, right? But, did I just say definitely this is not going to be the first time? I mean, it's definitely not going to be the last time, but it's probably the first. Uh-oh. We're going to get shot for trespassing, aren't we?
探しましたよ、ダレン博士。マガシ。さあ、一緒に帰りましょう。お断
Who
り
that
だ。
guy?
もうお前たちの言いなりにはならん。お前たちのやってきたことを暴露してやる。もうおしまいだ。もう一度言う。一緒に帰るんだ博士。お断りだと言っている。
諦めろ。博士はガーディアンズが保護する。
This guy looks like someone we can't take, so...
我々に歯向かうつもりがやむを得ん。
博士、博士、どうしたんです？博士、おい、博士に何をしたんだ？
こいつの体内にはマイクロマシンが仕組んであってな。命令に背けば猛毒を放出するようになっている。
Oh, okay, so basically he's Frank Fontaine and he just activated the Doctor's kill phrase. It's okay, dude, just run through Rapture for a while. You'll be able to find the thing that'll fix it pretty easily. Oh, nope. Nah, never mind, he's dead. He's dead. That's fucked up.
博士が殺されました。
博士。
さあ、博士を引き渡してもらおうか。
What do you need his body for
私は
anyway,
ガーディアンズ
Tin
のカ
Man?
レンエラだ。博士は私たちの依頼人だ。殺されて黙っているわけにはいかない。
エンドラム機関のレンボルトマガシだ。言うこと聞かんと後が怖いぞ。
同盟軍の特務部隊がなぜこんなところに？
余計な詮索がせんことだ。博士はいろいろと知りすぎてしまった。命が惜しければこのことは忘れろ。
私たちを脅すのか？
警告だよ。これ以上我々の邪魔をせんようにな。たった今よりこのレリクスはエンドラム機関の管理下に置かれる。早々にこの場から立ち去れ。
こいつ
やめろ。
私もあまりことを荒立てたくはない。本部には我々の捜査に
協力してもらったと連絡をしておく。それでとうとう。
ご配慮感謝する。
カレン、
用が済んだら早く引き上げるんだ。
So, this opens up some questions as to who exactly the group that this Epyon-Looking motherfucker is working for are. Because I was convinced that the Guardians are acting on behalf of the government, are they not?
なぜ止めたんだ。
So, like, are they some sort of rebel faction? They are certainly a little bit too,
軍があんなことして許されるのか。
they're awfully well equipped for that reason. For that, I guess. They have authority to keep the public peace.
キャストだからって何をやってもいいのかよ。
Well, I guess there's probably a lot more political complication that's going on between these planets, but I don't know. This feels like a moment where it's sort of just being a bit of a mess in terms of what they wanted. Also, again, this is the future. Can nobody, like, get that information from anywhere? Like, can't we Google it? Does that not exist anymore? I think Google has been put out of business in this timeline, perhaps. And I also admit that I'm not necessarily the smartest person for this sort of thing, so if there's something that I've missed or I've just forgotten, that's also a big possibility. So yeah, if I'm failing to get anything, by all means, I apologize. But this does seem like it's a bit of a mess. Also, that old guy's goggles are actually pretty neat.
Phantasy Star Universe, Rogues no Kaizoku.
We're gonna get into a fight with Dogboy again, aren't we? Well, this whelp. Sorry, I was reading some other stuff on another screen in the middle of the cutscenes, so... Okay, yeah, these scenes are definitely not going to change for a bit. There is a pretty big plot point that I remember, but it's a couple of chapters from now. Like, I think about halfway through the game, maybe a little more. Don't remember exactly how long, but we'll see when we get there. Oh, that definitely doesn't sound like him.
Huh? どうした？お兄
ちゃん、こいつ
何？あ、ルミアか。こいつはピートだ。
イーさん、どなたですか？
妹のルミアだよ。
失礼しました、ルミア様。驚かせて申し訳ありません。
いいのよ。よく見れば可愛いわね。よろしくね、ピート。
で、今日は何しに来たんだよ。
ひどい、忘れたの？今日はルミアのお買い物に付き合う約束したじゃない。
あ、そうだったっけ。
そんな格好で外に出るつもり？
Is that today? It's a little hard to tell with...
Eh?
It's a little hard to tell how time goes in space. His hand looks really big back there, actually. I just noticed. And again... That's fairly normal sized. Don't get your credit card that you never got back stolen again. Oh, okay. So apparently Ethan did actually ask Pete to go dredge some stuff up, so I guess that again, Google is not really a thing, but at least there is some access to information. It's just that you have to go down to encyclopedias to figure it out, I guess. That's there. No. Roboogle, yeah, a little bit, huh? Kupo. There are no longer any public records of that mission either. Yeah, it seems like the Endrum Collective is a little bit bigger of a deal than any of this. So again, I don't remember a lot of this plot arc. I wouldn't be surprised if it was basically a system-wide government that's basically fucking around with itself, in a sense. Okay, so A photons can be used with no medium, huh? Gotcha. Okay, so... yeah, basically, trying to get somewhere between weird technobabble and weird magic technobabble. Gotcha. The series has always been a little bit strange sometimes when it comes to how it binds magic and technology together as fantasy elements. And that's a thing that I think a lot of people will just always kind of bristle against in general, of like, oh, technology in my fantasy, oh no, or oh, magic in my sci-fi, oh no. So if people are like not a fan of the entire franchise as a result of that, I understand that. Endrum Collective is a division of the Alliance military. Until recently, their existence was not public knowledge. Kept their actions. Information network is extremely difficult. Yeah, so they're space bullies. All right. I mean, there was a lot of information to go through there, so real quick, let's talk to Handsome Pete and let's store our this stuff again real quick. Because none of that shit matters right now. We got a gun and a shield we can sell. Listen, there was a lot of plot dump that just happened right now, so... Third floor clothes shop, huh? I don't think I have enough money for that kind of thing, but okay. Oh, that's still blocked off, right. We're gonna have to use the ramp stairs. That is like a 45-degree incline. I have got to ask how useful that would be of a thing to go up, right? That doesn't sound like fun to just walk straight up. Maybe technology of some kind is involved here. There's not much in the way of, like, modeling going on here in terms of clothing. That, Child, what do you need armor for? You do not go around fighting right now. I think in, like, the sequels, she actually does join the Guardians and fights on her own, so fair enough at that point, but for now, well, there's not really much in the way of fashion armor in this particular part of the franchise. You still with me? Yeah, she's still following. Good. Cause it sounds like she's looking for something to wear, right? Just duct tape them all over herself. She's gonna shoot you in the back for talking shit, obviously. Then again, I was just saying some shit earlier, so I'd get shot too. That's okay, I can deal with it. Yeah, see, she immediately gravitates to the colorful guns. I can't tell if that's a really short two-hander or if it's a one-hander. With a gigantic hilt zone. What you got, Chief? Synthesis shop. Ooh, right. Yes, we're getting to find out about this now. Now, we can learn about crafting. Yay! I mean, there was a crafting mechanic in Phantasy Star Online, in a sense. It just was much simpler than what is in this game. Oh, I see a bunch of characters just popped into existence there. They just opened literally just this second as the crowds appeared all on their own. Yeah, see, now you're the one who's got to wait. How crowded are they? I have a synthesis kit. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on that, unfortunately, kid, you probably shouldn't know about, otherwise you might get killed. Yeah, unfortunately, Magashi's anime bullshit sent Ethan into a little bit of a depression. Kids these days, right? Who knows? Yay! We got our thing. Hooray! So we can do item synthesis if we want to now. I don't know how much we're going to do it, but there could be some interesting stuff going on. We should investigate what we can actually do, I guess, would be a first step. Where does she live, anyway? And they're just gonna kick us to the next set of cutscenes or whatever. Oh, not even real cutscenes. We gotta key mash through this stuff. Yep, and there we go. As I mentioned before, item boards are necessary to do any synthesis whatsoever, so... Oh, God, right, yeah, sometimes they can fail. That doesn't make me feel particularly good. Oh, interesting. I completely forgot about the in-depths of this mechanic or anything. Just received. Oh, we already have one of those. Neat. We get some items though, so we can synth trimates on our own. Neat-o, neat-o. Let's synthesize an item. Let's attach the board, and... Oh, the materials have to be in storage anyway, so... I guess it's a good thing that I've just been shoving all of my stuff in here anyway, so... Let's try this out real quick. We'll put it in our inventory. And yeah, you can see that we can use this up to 19 times, or, well, up to 20 times rather, but up to 19 left. So, that other board that we got is not just going to be sold. Or thrown on the ground, as the case may be. Guardian's Branch and holds the city. Has to be that one. Gotcha. For this being the future, communication stuff like that seems to be a little bit underwhelming. Then again, I guess when you're in 2006 coming up with this stuff, maybe you're not necessarily going to be that creative. Shrug. What have you all got available for me? Ooh, we can get some interesting stuff. I'm pretty sure we can actually do this, so we can get the twin brand if we want. We're gonna grab that real quick. That's twin daggers. We cannot build this just yet. I know that. Because we don't have Neowood. 3-star rifle. I think the wood would effect or something? No. We're gonna grab that, though. I think this is our first real chance to get rifles whatsoever. There's some interesting stuff here, just in general. Unfortunately, no upgrades to the spear. Zon Photon. I think that's going to be a big problem because we don't have many of those right now. Do you sell materials? You do. But not what we're looking for too much. Grinder base. Material for a grinder used to upgrade weapon damage. These are things we will concern ourselves with later on. Transacid. There's a joke in there about me doing drugs, but I actually don't at this point. I mean, you've all seen my content. I don't need it. Alright, let's go back to our room. Let's set up those boards. Let's see if we can't build these weapons. %91 for this. Well, it looks like we have everything except we'd have to... regular photons, like, change our... No, that's still going to give us a 91% chance. I'm going to try this. 91% feels like it's a perfectly doable possibility here. Oh, is that red ring supposed to indicate that we can't do that? Oh, there we go. We have to actually separately insert everything. I'm dumb. Yeah, I know. There's a 9% chance of it failing. Alright, show me what we've got. Neat. It actually turned out to be what we were after. Let's shove that into our inventory. And now we insert the blaster board and synthesize. Can we... Okay, we don't have enough gamatite for that. I can fix that. I can go buy one of those. And we will be able to try that out. Alright, so let's shove the twin brand on there for now. We're gonna pick up the new skill disc for that in a bit. And we'll have some more weapon types to play around with. I forget if we're able to equip the rifle. I believe we are, however. And the rifle is basically just a fat pistol in this game. They're... You know, in the real world, the difference between a large rifled long arm like that and a your average handgun tend to be a lot wider. But in this game, nah.
Oh, Russia.
Very much just a fat pistol. Which is a great phrase for some reason. We're not going to be able to buy a new ability for the rifle until we go planet side at bare minimum. That's right, we need one more Gamatite, and we can sell... the other pieces we have. There we go. Considering the other metals in that particular category are seemingly named for Marx Brothers, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Gumatite, but again, translation. Or at the very least, that pun may just not work very well between, you know, because of the language barriers. It's just not going to end very well for anyone because Gumatite just doesn't sound good. Store Gamatite. Go in here, synthesize an item. Oh, there's no board to insert. Right. We just go over here. Alright. Insert, and stuff some parwood in there. We should be fine. Yeah, 91%. Double dipping on the 91s. What do we got? Yes, indeed. We are one short of being able to equip that. A single point of ATA short. Well, but... But if that's all it is, and we can actually just use the thing after that... Alright, well the elevator works now, so up we go. That side's shut down. So let's go back to... We go back to Param and we go planets. And we go and find out about our next mission, basically. Skip the scene that we've seen before. Actually, before we go and check in the branch, we're going to go see if we can buy some new armor or if we can buy a skill disc for our rifle. Or hell, maybe even upgrade some of our gear. I'm pretty sure the Twin Brand is going to be our best bet sword-wise for a bit. But some of the other stuff might have some upgrades available.
Oh, Russia.
What you got? Well, there's a big chunk of stuff we can check out in a second. No moves for our rifle, though. We've got... Alright, so our techs, Fwa, Barda, and Zonde are going to be our just generic elemental damage dealers. He shoots a fireball. Rafoy attacks enemies in front of the user with a powerful flame. So that's like sort of a conic effect, I think. That's different from what I remember it being. Jellin, this is the attack down ability. That could be handy. Barda shoots ice. Raw Barda. Again, that's sounding more like Gi Barda from PSO, but Zalur, there's our defense down. We saw that during the last mission. Zonde is just going to be a lightning single penetrating bolt of lightning. Raw Zonde is going to be... Yeah, attacks with a lightning strike. I think that's going to be our forward shooting attack, Zoldiel. Not to be confused with Zondiel, which is something from PSO 2. And a pretty fun skill, if I recall correctly. Zoldiel reduces enemies' accuracy and agility for a set period of time. So I guess that's going to be like a source of shock or something, basically. Rest is heal. Reverser is cure status abnormal. That is different. They definitely changed that one.
何を買うか決めたか
Reverser is typically a revive spell throughout the entire franchise. Usually, the spell that removes status effects is anti, I think. But in this case, they've decided to change it. Alright, no different armor here.
よく来たな
Any different units? Alright, we'll grab the Purpa/hit, and we will equip that over our existing one.
よく来たなまあ見て
And let's sell this. Oh, I could actually sell the rifle now if I wanted to, but I'm going to hang on to that for a bit because I think that's going to be pretty useful when it is actually a thing that we have skills for and is something we can actually use for that matter. Because right now, of course, we can't do that. It's a little too big for us, I suppose. Prepare our weapons and go into the office and see what is the deal. Talk to the drunk robot. All your future belong to us. Amazing. That's... Oh, I laugh at all your base jokes a little too easily. Alright, let's find out what's going on here. Let's train. Well, yeah, that would probably be something that would be better handled not up close and personal. I would assume that an attack on a train would involve some heavier artillery, I guess. About 15 years ago, so, like, space travel and stuff wasn't really so big of a deal 15 years ago. Among the remains. Station. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to see what information there is out there, actually, because it seems to be a little bit of a mess. A lot of rogue activity here. Oh, so the space pirates have just chosen to call themselves rogues in a very generalized manner. Wow. Alright, well, more importantly, it does sound like this is where we're getting a train level, finally. Another fourth. Ooh, a guy that we don't know, but these characters do. Lukheim Nav. I don't know if that's how his name is pronounced. Offhand. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know, you've said some rude shit to us very directly. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Surely.
誰も来てませんね。
もうついていてもいい頃なんだが。
Hey, maybe we're all just very, very early. Ah, this type of
誰か
character,
が
huh?
私のお尻を。
何？お、
けしからんけしからん
けしからんのお前の方だ。このエロじじい。
いくらお年寄りでも罪は免れませんよ。
Oh, I don't like this guy anymore.
元気のいい若者
And I was praising him for his goggles before.
もういい。
なんだよこれ。痴漢の方持つのか？
この方がネーブ校長だ。
え？このエロじじいが校長？
そう
Old fart.
エロじじいはよくいや
Oh boy. Yeah, this is a big part of why I remember
けしからんな
not being very pleased with this game as just a thing. Because it's like, again,
カレンさんが叱られてますよ。俺言い過ぎたかな。
people find this type of character entertaining? Question mark.
ガーディアンとして恥ずかしくない行いをすることじゃええな。
はい。
And this is why I'm not allowed at anime conventions anymore because, oh, God, that sounded really bad, but
はい。
it's more like I would get into some earth-shattering arguments with some people.
親父を知ってるんですか？
Clearly.
ああ、優秀なガーディアンじゃったの。ま、お前も父のようになれるよう頑張るんじゃ。
はい。
先生、そろそろ行きましょう。
ああ、そうか。では行こう。
Now that said, this guy is fucking strong. He's gonna prove to be a valuable asset from a gameplay perspective, but as a character, can we not? Make sure you've used the can before you go to the train and everything. Alright, well, we got his card, so we can drag him into the party because we have to. Said the train platform this time, right? Yeah, you can also see, well, hopefully you can see because of the font size and everything, that Nav has 5 levels on us. Like I said, this guy is stout stat-wise. It's just that as a character, I'm gonna bitch a little more because I do that. That's just how I get things done around here, apparently. Alright, get on the train. Let's roll! Like I said, I do appreciate a good train level. This ain't no Sigmascape 1.0, but I'll take it. Alright. What do we got going? Well, so far there's not much to us to tell that it's a train. Yeah, I'm sure that he's watched Karen quite enough already, so... Hang on a second. Alright, everybody's getting half the train for patrol purposes, and that is fair enough. I mean, 4 whole train cars, that could be pretty big. Plus, the way room scaling works in these things, even more so. He seems quite casual about the whole thing. That's kind of shocking. He ain't taking shit seriously. Well, there's nobody else around, my dude, so... For a bit, probably. Oh, he's just gonna tell us anyway. When do casts retire anyway? Like, how do casts age and everything? Was this guy just built an old man and... I don't even know, man. I'm not here to... I don't know what to say, right? I'm sorry, that just struck me suddenly because I realized, oh shit, right. He's an old man robot.
あれ誰もいない。
この列車は全てコンピュータ制御で動いておるんじゃ。
Oh, there's no way that can't go
ト
badly.
レインマスター、問題はないかね。
I'm sure some of you have played at least 1 or 2 Battle Network games. Hopefully.
結構結構。
Mega Man Battle Network.
列車が喋ってるよ。
イーさん、聞こえるか？
今1号車に着いたところだ。特に問題はない。
了解。それじゃあ、イーさんは。
カレン、どうした？よく聞こえない。
どうした？
急に通信が。なんだ？
運行システムに外部から不正アクセスされています。
Access the... That's not very
デ
descriptive.
ィフェンスプログラムで対抗していますが、侵食率 30% 超えています。
Fusion levels for... Oh, so we're getting hacked. Yeah, I told you. Computer train, that's not going to be a good idea.
ギラ何？
ハッキング用端末じゃよ。この列車を乗っ取るつもりじゃ。
Oh, I'm glad this is such a thing that he's known about. As it lets out a horrible machine screech.
侵食率が上がっています。各車両にディラグリーナが打ち込まれている模様。
このままでは列車を乗っ取られてしまう。
どうしたらいいんです？
とにかく防壁プログラムで対抗するしかないが、向こうはスピードが速い。
イーさん、何が起こってるんだ？
カレン、今この列車はハッキングを受けている。
何？
彼、わしがこの列車のコンピュータに直結してハッキングを防ぐ。お前たちはディラグリーナを排除してくれ。
Oh, he's gonna get blowed
デー
up.
ブ先生もお気をつけて。
ネブ先生。
何をグズグズしておる。さっさと行け。
Oh, he was just confused by the whole thing. Come on. But he hasn't been off the colonies, like, ever. So, I'd say cut him some slack, but maybe don't. I'm not sure if he deserves it. Also, you can see this thing's name is spelt differently in the interface than it was in the cutscene. That's very weird. You can also see that its attack pattern is exactly the same as that seed core creature that we fought a couple other times in the story up to this point. So that's a little bit ominous in a sense, but maybe not much will come of it, plot-wise. This track's pretty alright, by the way. The music in this game is pretty good. I haven't heard like any of the music in this game in a very long time. Actually, I'm fairly confident that I have never heard any of the music in this game because I'm pretty sure that until the last few years, my console stuff has all been hooked up in very public areas of the house. When I was younger, all that stuff was in my brother's bedroom, which was down in the basement. So it was very common for him to be there, rather. If I could, you know, speak English properly would be pretty great, wouldn't it? Oh god, I didn't pick up... No, I think I bought Rising Crush, I just didn't attach it to my HUD. So, back to the story. When I was a kid, all the consoles and stuff, at least, like, past the point when I can remember, which would basically be late 90s going forward, all that shit was in my brother's bedroom in the basement. So, obviously, you could expect him quite reasonably to be in there very regularly. And after he moved out, that stuff was moved to another part of the basement, which would be fine, but my dad had a workshop that he made model cars and did all kind of like weird goofy gadget shit in, and he also had a separate room in the basement that he spent a lot of time in where his computer and everything were. So basically, yeah, this stuff was always in a very public area, so I had the volume low or possibly even shut off just to avoid annoying anybody. And then when we moved out here, we used to live in Chicago. Now we live in a town called Plano, still in Illinois. We moved out here. The consoles have, until the last couple of years, like always been set up in a very public area of the house. Basically, when I started going to university, which would have been in like 2011 maybe, so not quite as far back as I remember, but yeah, that stuff was moved into my room, or started to be moved into my room anyway, after I got my PC hooked up in here, and eventually they gave me one of the TVs and, you know, a bunch of stuff like that, and yeah. So, long story short, I don't recall if I've ever heard this game's soundtrack before. Whole new faction being introduced now in real depth. Oh, they don't want to say ass in the English version, huh? I mean, come on, it's a T-rated game. You get to say ass once, even in 2006. Like, nowadays, you're allowed to have Tembo the Badass Elephant for actual kids, but... And just keep taunting him. It'll work eventually, I swear. They probably won't. Aw, you're not tough enough to be able to quote The Godfather. Godfather. Scarface. Pardon me. Scarface? Whatever. It's one of those movies. I don't know movies. I don't watch a lot of movies that are, like, super violent either, so... Gomadilla, that's a name. That doesn't sound questionable or anything. Alright, so do we have... Well, we can do some... Oh, okay, that thing was not actually shutting down. It just was freaking out. Oh, now that thing is going to explode. Yeah, called it. Let's use a photon charge and see if we can't keep just spamming our one technique to get to victory. Level 10. We might be able to combo with it now. Maybe at level 11. I don't remember when you unlock the ability to combo with your photon arts, but hopefully it's soon. Because that is absolutely a thing that I remember this being ridiculous with. Ow! Fuck, it set me on fire! That's our equivalent of poison for this game, by the way. I don't think that there's a... No, there's an actual poison. We just don't see it for a while, and I think maybe it just lasts longer and doesn't do as much, or does damage more slowly, but it lasts longer or something. I could be wrong about that. In fact, I probably am. Do not take anything I say as being very helpful in that regard at all. Alright. I was gonna say, there's probably nothing in there, is there? God, these things are relentless. It's a good thing they didn't end up being a big issue to us while we were actually in the fight. Jeez. Alright, so we got more of these nasty boys. Back. I'm assuming these crates only drop a few, like one item per set like that, but I'll break all of them if necessary, even if not necessary, really. We're being shot at. And I'll turn on the lights. Okay, it is actually just the enemy. I thought there was another turret around that was taking some shots at us. That does not appear to be the case, amazingly. I'll take some more healing items. Hey, neat. Our plasma hit gained a level. Time to use the rest of my party as meat shields as I just shoot this thing to death. Get behind them. Damn it, you guys are not doing very good at this. Not when they're firing in a more scattershot pattern like this. Ow! Heal up. Yikes. Ouch. That's fine. We're done. We're done here. We're Cave Johnson. We're done here. And we're still taking damage. 20 mission points. Bunch of money. And cutscenes, presumably.
Nanda, oi! ここはジジイだけか手薄だな。おい、ジジイ！怪我したくなかったらさっさとどくんだ。
元気のいい泥棒じゃて。
ほらどかねえか。
年寄りには親切にするもんじゃ。
Yeah, that's exactly what.
こいつただもんじゃねえ。
おらに任せろ。おら力強いぞ。怪我しちゃうからな。
それはどっちかの。
Yep, exactly what you would expect is that the old man can absolutely obliterate anyone in a fight. And as I said, that's what he's like in game too, but unfortunately we don't actually get to play with him for a bit.
Hurry, hurry.
I think you need something with reach, buddy. I mean, he's literally a robot, so like for a start, no, and for a second part, well, again, talking about cast aging and everything again.
歯応えのない連中じゃった。
さすが先生。
You're a robot. You shouldn't be sweating.
この178年しか生きておらんからの。
最後尾にアンカーが打ち込まれました。
また別の車両に乗り移ってきよったか。彼はここで海賊どもを見張ってなさい。
はい。
ウェーバー君、ライト君、最後尾に行くぞ。はい。
Alright, can we get some sort of resource replenishment before we keep, well, before or after, I suppose? Let's go anywhere. I'm gonna go save point real quick. Ah, okay, so we get healing. What we don't get, apparently, is any PP recovery. That's very unfortunate. Let's take the pike out and see if we can let this recover over time as we go to our next part of the mission. Nice skull helmets on them. Hey, we gained a level. We can use that rifle now if we want to. I'm probably going to end up just strapping that onto the list real quick. Just to have it, because it could probably do some pretty good damage. It also might actually be able to hit this fucking crate, because apparently I'm incompetent. Yeah, there we go. That's better. You can see this thing has a pretty sizable energy supply. Like that. Again, it'll make good backup weapon until we get an ability for it. Hey, rank 11. Nice. And still not sure if that'll let us combo, but of course, we're so hard up for PP right now that that doesn't entirely matter too much. Get back. There we go. And just keep pressing the attack on this one for a bit. Ow. Yeah, see, there we go. We get the combo for this thing now. And again, if we manage to maintain that level of photon points for this thing, the ability to just tear through enemies in a straight line is going to go through the roof now. Especially once we start pumping that thing's level even more. Some areas of the game, you saw a couple areas in the Relic site where there were just some nice thin corridors. That is a good place for you to do a lot of damage if things spawn. There's going to be more places like that in the future. Now that said, I'm sure that it's like bottom of the list meta-wise probably, because everything that I think looks good usually is in a game like this, but that's okay if it is. It's hardly a problem. But since we are that low on PP, let's get in here. Oh, we're taking a lot of damage from like everything here. These things are actually kind of kicking our asses a little bit. Simple. Oops. These things throw me off a lot because obviously they don't disappear as soon as they die, so I spend a lot of time wasting shots at them of some of my PAs. Because I don't realize that they're dead yet sometimes. I'm not good at this game. He's pretty well dressed for being a rogue, that's for sure. Oh no, it's our shop man. I mean, he's bald, he's got a little bit of facial hair going on. He might have been around the block once or twice. What have you got for sale, my friend? You have things that... Oh boy, a twin knife. I want that. I'm going to pick that up, and I'm going to continue to ignore the rest of this for now. Don't worry, we will experiment with every weapon type at some point. I mean, I have obvious favorites and all, but, you know, why not show off a little bit of everything, right? That is certainly what I'm going to try to do anyway. I can't guarantee a whole lot of success, but we're gonna try to make this playthrough as close to interesting as I can get, which is not always necessarily going to be very close at all. Because, you know, the person behind the wheel and everything, but again, we're gonna do what we can. Here we are in the next part of the train. This is the part where we are being timed. It's not like that kind of timed. It's just that they're paying attention to. It's an actual trial, basically, is what I'm saying. Yeah, there I go, wasting a spin attack again. There's a little extra area over there. There might be some stuff in there for us if we throw everything out. Oh, these ones they got little rocket guns, I see. Again, we're going to push things as hard as we can when it comes to our health, and we pushed it pretty damn tight there. No combo for our twin daggers yet, if we get one at all, but... So I'm taking a quick browse to see if the key dropped anywhere. Maybe it's in that chamber, and they're going to give us a long run around. Oh no, that side's blocked off too. Neat, we gained a level. Oh, hello, Tapatio J. And yeah, I did just hear that we got a double notification. Something is going wrong with my Streamlabs, and I actually have proof of it. How is it going, my friend? I hope you had a good evening with your... I'm not 100% sure what you were playing this time. Plus, you're always across a bunch of different stuff anyway. Usually there's some SMB3 rando stuff still. Is that still a thing you're doing a lot of? Because that was always pretty cool. Oh. Oh. This enemy is going to give us a little bit of trouble, to say the least. Because how do we get there? Oh no! Finish up with some Dark Souls. Ooh, nice. V3 is always there. Absolutely. Alright, so did that enemy sneak out of there? Yeah, I think that's going to be the one that we're after here. Here we go. We got another wave of enemies coming in. The games are going pretty well tonight. Absolutely. I haven't played this game in like 13 years, give or take. And it's a lot of fun. Where does that card key go to? I don't think we need that to beat the rest of the area. That's probably, we have to go all the way back to take advantage of that. That up. Okay, so now we're just back to big train cars. Oh no, there's a little section in the... Oh, okay, I see. It's got the laser fences up. Is this technically going to be a split area or what? I think we're going to have to worry about that after we're done with this fight. Get some priorities straight, me. That'd be an impressive feat if I could pull that one off, actually. Also, yes, by the way, this is our first time we're seeing non-elemental enemies, which is a thing that I didn't even really remember was a recurring thing in this game. I mean, it's generally been a thing with the more action-oriented Phantasy Star games where every enemy has some sort of elemental weakness. So to see an enemy that is completely neutral is very unusual, to say the least. So is there going to be another party of enemies over on the other side of this? Is what I'm guessing is going to happen. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, these guys, they're just their sabers. Actually, no. Does that dude have a pistol? Oh, he dropped a red eye. A white glove. That, judging by the icon, that is a crafting ingredient. That, I believe, is used for a specific weapon. Yeah, that's used for the handguns that are like literal hand-shaped things. Did we miss out on a couple of enemies, or did we go too slow to get S rank? Either way, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine.
やりましたね、先生。
I'm not broken up about it at all.
先生。
Oh, looks like his battery's shut off.
お。
I was expecting a much harder crunch, to be
先
honest.
生。彼。先生が大変だ。突然動かなくなったんだよ。
そうか、やはり。
なんだよ彼。何か知ってるのか。
先生は突発性機能不全症候群という病気なんだ。
突発。なんだって。
200年近く生きているキャストに特有の病気だ。突然身体機能が停止して自然に目覚めるまで全くの仮死状態になる。
Oh, you get old, you just
マ
die.
ジかよ。
とにかくそのまましばらく置いて自然に目が覚めるのを待つしかない。
Like I said, just put some new batteries in them, it'll be fine.
ガスだ。
彼。
Holy shit!
彼。
Gas!
何かあったんですか？
That's a reference to a game that I haven't played on here and don't know when I ever will because Bad Mojo is... Well, Bad Mojo is a pretty great game. I just think it would be even more alienating than most of the content I play on here.
1号車で何かあったらしい。ヒューガは先生を見ていてくれ。
わかった。気をつけて。
ああ、任しとけって。
Oh, thank goodness we can finally recover our stuff. Yes. 28 to recharge everything. That's fine. Let's heal up. Let's stand in the healing thing for a second because it takes a bit here. It ain't super quick, but it gets the job done. There we go. Alright. Save. Yeah, we already saved, but let's do it again anyway. I am the sort of person who is super bad at that kind of thing. As I said in a recent video, Omicron the Nomad Soul and I would not get along too well because that game basically... You are limited in how many saves you can have. That's a pretty good combo. Turn around. Yeah, the rogues are not exactly too hard to take down. And we got another white glove. That's 2 rare crafting ingredients in a row. That's not in a row. That's not correct. Disregard what that goofus just said. It's not in a row. It is, however, 2 in fairly short order. So it's still definitely statistically not very likely. And that's pretty neat in and of itself. Okay, we've got a combo attack for our Twin Dagger Photon Arts. Nice. I just never noticed it earlier, I guess. We would have unlocked it earlier in this mission. Now again, if I was better at this, I would be fighting the shooty rogues with some of my actual guns, but sometimes I'm just not better at this. And that's just the way it goes. Yeah, this area, it's easy to take a lot of damage, and you are seeing that we are losing a good chunk of our healing items as we go. We're down to... I was going to say, what are we down to? 10 or less? Not anymore, we're not, but we've definitely been chewing through them with great aplomb. And great not wanting to die, but being really good at it anyway. We had a good stun lock going until this dude decided to start tanking for that dude, but it still turned out fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Plus, leveling up the plasma hit to level 5 is nice. Being able to deal a little more damage to that, always good. Ouch. Get away from there before it explodes on me. Yikes. Yeah, those things are absolute terrors. Heal up. Now, let's see if we can't remove at least a couple of these enemies at minimal risk to ourselves. Basically without cheesing off the boss back there. Because the less pissed off that thing is at us, the better, but that may not necessarily prove to be super easy for us. Because, yeah, they're being a little sneaky. Pretty sneaky, sis. Okay, turn around. Hey. Alright, let's pull out the big stick. Alright, well, it's fine if we take some damage there, because we leveled up. Which means we get fully healed. And the combo on that move, I swear, that is so good. Gets so much work done. And it's good that it does. We got another one of these formations. We got old Snaky flanked by a couple of spiders here. And to deal with this, alright. That should let us get some more damage in. Very nice. Wow, okay, so when they're charging up their outbursts, they just absolutely no-sell the launch effect, so all I can say is damn. That's pretty impressive. Oh, they are being a little bit generous to us if they're going to let us refill our energy here. And we've got a shop from this old... Like I mentioned Rin, the Albed merchant from 10 earlier. He kind of looks more like Sid from 10. Take a look here and see if my overlay is listed as a set. That's so that's weird. I don't know why there's the double notifications. I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. That's rude. Yeah, it is. I almost appreciate you, Ethan. Alright, looks like it's 3-on-1. I can probably take these dudes. Let's be honest. They are all bringing out the melee weapons. Even Noval, pardon me, who is the range dude, is not doing the greatest job of like trying to dodge. But I see that Hiraval is... He appears to be a mage, so he's actually keeping his distance a little bit. Unfortunately, he's going to get absolutely ruined. Oh, if he keeps running away, maybe not. Oh, he used a healing spell. What a dick. Anyway, he let me get into range and corner him, so he is toast, 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 toast. Easy, easy S rank. And we got an item that I don't know what it is offhand. The Netta Notes. And we got not quite enough mission points for a level, for a class level anyway. Yeah, don't worry guys, I think that that's somebody else you have to worry about there.
ガーディアンズにも骨のあるやつがいるもんだな。お前が海賊のボスか？そうだ。ランディール号の艦長、アルフォート・タイラー。俺はガーディアンズのイーサン・ウェーバーだ。私に勝てるとでも？
Oh, he's just got a lightning element sword, although that thing is pretty ridiculous looking. That definitely is a much more impressive weapon than what Ethan is carrying, who is basically just continuing to use the basic saber in cutscenes, even though at this point we have better than that. Maybe next time it won't be in a cutscene.
役立たずの3兄弟は回収したわ。
よし、引き上げだ。ロープを下ろしてくれ。はーい。
お前たち、カレンをどうしたんだ？
大丈夫だよ。ガスでちょっと眠ってるだけさ。
リーナは余計な殺生をしない主義だな。え？機会があればまた会おう。いいさん。
So they ran off with her, and the headmaster is dead. So that's like all the muscle on this entire team except for us. It falls to us to actually be competent now. This is going to be a problem. Because goodness knows, asking me to be the competent one here is not gonna end super well. Oh, nope, she's fine. They didn't abduct her.
大丈夫かカレンカレン
イーサン、
よかった。
ガスにやられたのか。すまん、油断した。人質も積み荷も海賊に取られてしまったな。
相手が悪かったのさ。奴らの方が一枚上手だった。何かおかしいか？
ごめん。私がイーサンに慰められるとは思ってもみなかった。
そりゃ俺も経験積んできたからな。頼りになるだろ。
Yeah, okay, you two are dorks. Oh, it's this dude again. What's the deal? What's the deal, buddy? You involved with... Well... Actually, yeah, that's right. Yeah, come to think of it, that is what was going on, wasn't it?
研究材料を盗まれては我々も黙っていられない。
我々の不手際で積み荷を盗まれ申し訳ない。海賊は甘く見ていた私のミスだ。しかしガーディアンズは同盟軍にできうる限りの協力はしているつもりだ。
笑わせるな。同盟軍の邪魔ばかりするガーディアンズなどクズの集まりだ。
Then why didn't you come here to begin with?
今度邪魔したら命はないと思い。
No, actually, that is a legitimate question. Why didn't you come here to begin with? Why did you call for help? Are you just looking for an excuse to make fun of people for failing? Actually, he looks like the sort who would, so...
結局海賊に積み荷の大半は奪われてしまいましたね。先生がこのまま永遠の眠りについてくれたら点数引かれなくて済むかもしれませんが、
今回はローグスの海賊の中でも一番手強いタイラー一味だったからな。
タイラーと戦ったけど奴は強かったよ。俺全然歯が立たなかった。もっと強くならなきゃいけないと思ったよ。
ああ、
その気持ちが大事じゃって。
Oh, somebody
先生、目を覚ましたんですか？
gave him the new
失敗して
batteries.
初めていたらの部分が見えてくる。失敗を糧にしてこそ本当の成長ができるのじゃ。
俺もっと強くなりますよ。
僕も頑張ります。
Well, he recognizes that he fails regularly, so...
そうじゃ。今から早速修行するか。近くにいい修行場所を見つけたんじゃがの。
ネーブ先生のしごきは宇宙一。
On the shuttle, come on.
ちょっと修行は勘弁してもらえます？
なんじゃと？
もうちょっとデートの約束がありますから。
お前たちは口だけ達者になりよって減点じゃ。
勘弁してください。
Oh, hey, finally his reputation for being a tough guy comes out. Hooray. Well, we did it. Let's get a look at the preview for the next chapter here. Ooh, that's a very different looking planet.
原子の巫女と出会う。そして明かされるカレンの抱える秘密とは。次回ファンタシースターユニバース原子の巫女。
Oh, that guy with the giant hat looks, real suspicious. Extra mode. I believe extra mode is basically similar to online play, but it's single player offline. And here we are at Chapter 5. It looked from that preview like shit is going to heat up pretty significantly. But let's get a little bit of a taste here, and I think we're gonna log off sooner rather than later after these cutscenes.
ほりほり。
はあ？へっ、て、お
And they've both got some pretty impressive moves on them. Unfortunately, we haven't gained any levels since the last chapter, so... Actually, as much as I roast Nav for various reasons, I actually like the fact that he spends a lot of his time with his hands behind his back as he dodges. Just completely nonchalant. That's kind of a joy to watch. It makes him look like a total asshole. Oh, okay, it's just a dream.
起きてますか？
ああ、
カレンさんから呼び出しがありました。いよいよニューデイズに行けるんですよ。
へえ、何の仕事なんだ？
なんとミコ様の護衛ですよ。これは大変名誉なことです。
ああ、そう、よかったね。
最大の喜びです。僕は先に本部に行って
You
ま
guys
すか
shut
ら
up.
早く来てくださいね。
And you took a nasty tumble there, buddy. Let's... Alright, so it looks like there's probably nothing new for our buddy to tell us. Shove all this stuff in. Add a note. Telling you when all rise. Synthesize special weapon. That's not exactly the most useful bit of information, but thank you anyway. And out we go. Once again. And before we continue on too much with the plot, we are going to go check out New Dies and see what it's got in terms of items. Actually, should that be New Dies? Because there was some mention that basically all of these locations are analogous to the stars from Algol from the main Phantasy Star series. Excuse me. Good God. One hand blade. Is that going to be a... That's a saber option? Alright, note down. Kabara wood. Kabara wood is a thing that I don't know where we get that offhand. Fluorescent bulb. Rotor circuit again. Kabara wood. I don't know how to get that. And the same applies to... That looks like it's just going to be a large issue for a lot of these things. So compadre. That's a weapon type we don't have yet. That's... Oh, that's a longbow, pardon me. I thought that was one of the crossbows. No, I'm being an idiot. Okay, yeah. So then the rest of this is... a lot of this stuff. I am going to go check the ingredients shop and see if there's anything we can do about that wood. No, so I don't really know how to get hold of that. I think that's another rare drop then, possibly. Nothing new to report here. You don't have rifle tags yet, obviously, right? Yeah, of course not. That'd be very silly. But we're gonna go... and we're gonna check Parum, and then we're gonna go to New Dies, and we're going to see what we can get there. See if we can change up our equipment a little bit and all that before we head off. Because, hey, why not? And again, if we can get a better shot for that rifle, that would be super great.
おう、らっしゃい。何を買うんだい?
Here we go, finally. Alright, so this is our first ground attribute ability that's available to us, Grab Shot. Let's grab that, so that way we have, again, a little bit more diversification. I haven't really grabbed anything fire-based. Ooh, we've got access to the machine guns as our offhand now. So, I guess we're going to see that in the shop. What have we got for weaponry? No new upgrade there, so the pike is still our best spear. Twin Buster, that is looking like a better double saber all around. And we can use it right off the hop. The blaster, of course, is still the best rifle option, and we probably wouldn't be able to use anything else. The grease gun, there's our machine gun option. I will try that out some other time. Let's get Grab Shot for the sniper. Link that, and we've got a nice 10% damage boost on that. Plus, that has a chance to, like, blind, I think?
Oh, らっしゃい。何を買うんだい?
I'm gonna go reread that. I just want it for the elements. Chance to silence enemies. Ooh, okay. That sounds very situational, but it could also potentially be quite strong. Alright, let's go back to the station. Because I think we have to go there and go to the Guardian's office to be able to access Nudes anyway. I don't think that it's just, hey, here's an area that has become unlocked for you like that. Yeah, see, they've got the block. No, those are open. Pardon me. I was not expecting those to be drawn from there if they were open like that, or in fact for them to. Oh right, we have to actually go and handle that end of things. Store our weapons, pay the 9 Meseta, because why not? Alright, get our cutscenes going.
Todayの任務はニューデイズでの警護じゃ。
巫女様の警護ですよね。
そうじゃ。外遊される巫女様が教団施設からシャトルに乗るまでの間を警護する。そうか、ヒューはグラール教の信者だったの。はい。
原始の巫女様の警護ができるなんてとても光栄です。
その心がけが大事じゃ。
ニューデイズにも警察はあるんでしょ？なんで俺たちが
？Yeah, what is going on, man?
グラール教団に脅迫状が届いた。その内容は原始の巫女の暗殺をほのめかすものだったそうだ。
暗殺？
Uh-oh.
脅迫状に関してはグラール教団も表沙汰にはしたくない。警察ではなくガーディアンズに頼んだのも内密に調査をしたいからじゃ。今回はガーディアンズを200人投入する。
200人？すっげ
ー。先生、僕たちの担当は巫女様のボディーガードではないのですか？
残念じゃがパレードの警護になる。怪しい奴がいないかを見張る仕事じゃ。
残念だったなヒューが。まだ新米の俺たちにそんな重要な仕事が回ってくるわけないだろ。
He's gonna slap you at some point.
仕事はすべからく重要な仕事じゃ。ベテランだろうが新米だろうが関係ないぞ、ウェーバ
ー。はい。
さあ、行こう。詳しくは現場で説明する。
はい。
Right, yep. Renewal time. And I see the old man is not coming with us. Oh, well. That's probably fine. I mean, call me incredibly cynical, but... Dork. Amazing. Anyone ever told you? Oh, this... She's a cosplayer. It's... I don't know, actually. She has to go as soon as that's mentioned. That's a... That is a gigantic... Hey, this is going to be super plot relevant flag. Oh, that is very unsubtle as to what happens. Massive spoilers here, but Karen is actually the Divine Maiden's twin sister, and the Divine Maiden gets killed, and Karen has to assume her identity in order to prevent public outcry. So, yeah, they're not doing a very good job of hiding that. At least, not in my opinion. Like, I can just immediately... Maybe it is because I've played this game before, and I know that that's one of the big plot arcs. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, in wherever you are able to... If you think that that's not a dead giveaway, but to me, it's just the biggest dead giveaway. Excuse me. The biggest, deadest. But we're going to go and we're going to take a quick look at New Daz and we're going to see what's available for sale. And yeah. This cutscene is probably going to be a little different, so we're not going to skip it. Good old futuristic Kugane. Here it is. That's no mountain, it's a space station. Oh, right. Not Otaku? Oh no, Otoku. Sorry. Representative Rutsu. Again, I think that's supposed to be a reference to Lutz from earlier Phantasy Star games, so another recurring name. Yeah, so, I mean, Huga's right there. We can just throw him right into the river. Right? Who's that? We can't get a good look. Oh, I thought that dude had like a glowing shirt, but it's not quite. It's a slightly more traditionally... Oh, he just booked it instantly. Oh, boy. This is not going to end super well for anybody, is it? This guy knows something's up. He probably thinks we're sus to the exact same extent. She kind of looks like that one girl from Genshin Impact. But that's because of like the long bluish purple hair, really, and again the traditionally themed clothes, which are seriously full of holes. Ruh-roh! That's a killbot. The wound is completely invisible because they don't want to show that in a T-rated game. Wow, second time she's saved our life. You could just shove some star atomizers into him and he'd probably be fine, but... Wow, they something's way up with those subtitles. Yeah, holy fuck, this whole scene feels completely broken because it's like they rewrote it for the translation. And so everybody's talking when subtitles are not popping up and just all the... Oh boy. Yeah, this absolutely feels like it's been completely rewritten. And her outfit is a complete disaster area. I just want to throw that out there right now. So adopted siblings, I guess, because they don't even have the same last name. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, oh boy, this is a long running away from, Yeah, there's definitely some shit going on here. Well, I mean, again, I spoiled the plot, but still.
マヤさんは科学者ですか。
ええ、ガーディアンズの研究開発部門のね。でも椅子に座ってばかりいると退屈で、カレンが羨ましい。
Okay, the cutscenes are back to
私は
normal.
姉さんみたいに頭良くなりたかったけどな。
あら、それ皮肉。私周りの人に言われるのよ。変な発明ばかりしてって。あ、そうそう。
How much do they
今
explode?
携帯食料を研究してるの。ちょっと食べてみてくれないかしら。
Oh, I'm sure this can only end
さ
in
あ、
disaster.
カレンから。
あ、私はお腹減ってないから。
あら、そう？じゃああなたたち遠慮しないで召し上がれ。
いただきます。
これがお食事ですか。
そうよ。100年も携帯食
Well,
を
the
開発して
texture
く
quality
れ
is
って
not very
頼ま
good,
れてて。
so...
種族によって味覚って違うでしょ。みんなが美味しく感じるようにするのが難しいのよ。まだヒューマンには試食してもらってなかったからちょうどよかった。どう？美味しい？
はい。
よかった。他にもいろんな味を作ってみたのよ。はい。
はい。
彼、緊急事態じゃ。
I think she wildly
乗っ
overcooked
たシャト
those.
ルが事故で水らき保護区に墜
The
落した。
nuclear fire technique is probably not a good
シー
thing
ロ
to
の
use for that
侵食を受けて
purpose.
いる地域じゃ。原生生物が凶暴化しておる。お前たちにミコの救出を頼みたい。
了解。ミコ様が乗ったシャトルが墜落したそうだ。
墜落？
今から救出に向かうぞ。
ミコ様はご無事なんですか。
わからない。
Oh,
それを今から
shit.
確かめに行くんだ。
よし行こう。ミコ様を助けに。
私も行くわ。
危険だ。やめた方がいい。
今からシャトルパスを申請してもすぐには発行されないわ。でも私が頼めばすぐに発行してもらえるわよ。
わかった。連れて行こう。
カレン。
あら、心配ないわ。私も一応ガーディアンズの訓練は受けてるんだから。
Yeah, didn't she say earlier? Nobody gives anyone any respect around here, apparently. Oh, yeah. Tab over correctly. Card received. That's not what you should worry about. Trust me. Alright, so again, we're not going to do this entire mission today, but we are going to go ahead and we're going to form the party, and that should stay when we save. Finally getting a mage in the party, but you will notice that Maya is one level below us, as opposed to everyone else whose level is scaling correctly and everything, and that, to be fair, there is a slight cause to be like, oh, that could be really a pain in the butt. But she'll probably be fine, as long as she keeps her distance, but then again, the AI in this game, who knows? The AI in, like, any game, really. It could just decide to be like, yeah, I don't feel like doing the smart thing today. And then you're stuck there like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Do you have any of the wooden question, buddy? I don't think that's gonna be a thing here. Yeah. Yeah, nothing there. So, let's go and look. That's clothing. This is arts, which... that's the thing we don't have to worry about right now, I don't think. So the main shop is going to be over here, right? If I recall correctly, it's this big building. To account for all the various shelves and stuff. What do you got for us? Alright, dagger, we've seen that. And we got bows now as a weapon type that are available for us. Only the regular 4 elements. Although we do have Earth available for twin handguns and single handguns. And we got Earth techniques available here. We got some new techniques for all the other elements too. We've got our buffs. We got Shifted and Deban. Shifted is attack up. Deban is defense up. Demfoy, that's a charged spell. Downbarter, that's going to be it's a charged ice breath spell, basically. Naszonde, this is a different sounding spell. Attacks an enemy with a homing ball of lightning while the button is held down. So I guess that just does stuff when we hold the button. That's neat. Zodial, this is a buff spell. Diga, this throws just sort of a rock. Radiga, yeah, it's the same as all the other raw type spells. Domdiga, same thing. Spewing poison, so I guess the earth spells poison. Nasdiga, again, similar to Naszonde, interesting. Retir, boosts technic and mental energy. Interesting. Not a huge thing for us to worry about, but interesting nonetheless. What have we got in here? Lacanada. Let's compare this to our currently existing pike. And it's 4 less accuracy, but everything else is way better, so I think we're going to pick this up. Rakad, there's our big sword, but we're not going to use those too much. How's this compared to our currently existing brand? That is a better piece of gear all around. Does this compare to the power gun? Yeah, that's a slightly better choice here. Dus Daggas. Patch. Not frozen hit, plasma hit, because we have a lot of ice damage anyway, so let's keep our electric attack there. Real quick, did I forget anything? No, there isn't a new double dagger added. Oh right, because we did just get the twin knife during the last mission. That kind of makes sense, I guess, then. I'm being a fool once again. Alright, this is regular items, right? We should buy some more monomates, because we are almost, well, almost out is a bit of a stretch, but let's grab another 6. We got a decent chunk of cash on our hands. Ooh, we can buy photon charges. Yes! Yes, 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 yes! Let's max out on those, even though it costs us a ton of money. Those are going to be very handy. And you are going to sell armors? Yes. Alright, this offers head slots as opposed to arm slots. And where's our units here? Here we go. Right. Head. Force gives us bonus tech points, bonus mental strength. Okay, so to be honest, we're not going to switch our armor because I actually like the type that we have right now. And yeah, let's go find that save point again, and that is going to be the end of things. Oh, actually, I just noticed that my math was off from earlier. Maya is 2 levels below us. Boy, I hope she doesn't get killed by some stray attack of some kind.